Oh boy. I bought Predator so you don't have to. I'm gonna show you what exactly he can do in battle, both PvE and wave-based content like arena and whatnot. This cost me about £40, and I think this was the best £40 I've ever spent in Raid Shadow Legends. I don't want to entice anybody, don't get me wrong, to buy Predator, but hear me out. This is why I'm saying it. I've got 2 speed glyphs that are rank 6, 2 HP glyphs that are rank 6, 2 defense glyphs that are rank 6, 2 attack glyphs that are rank 6, and 2 chickens that are 5 stars. So besides that, I've also got 6-star mythical artifacts and obviously Predator. Very good bang for the buck, not gonna lie. You can't get a legendary champion so easy in Raid Shadow Legends. If you would be to use that money to spend it on shards, look at this pack. 10, 3, 5, £70. And these 3 sacred shards do not guarantee you a legendary. Anyway, the video is not about that. The video is about Predator's build and Predator's gameplay. Let's see if he was worth it. But before we get started, if you would be to create a new raid account right now with the QR code on the screen or the link in the description below, you will start with 6 free champions, 3 legendary champions and 3 S tier epics. Just look at this promotion on screen right now. You can choose one promo code for your 3rd legendary champion from the list below. Scan the QR code on screen now or use the link in the description for this amazing starter pack. So if you go over to our website, you can find the infographics for Predator build. I wrote down pretty much everything you need. The builds, the stats on items, blessings, masteries and whatnot. But in this video I'm also going to explain what every single one of these mean, because obviously in the infographics you will not really find this information. So let me show you the build. Predator is an HP based damage dealer. He doesn't really need accuracy, although he places Hunter's Gaze, right? This other one here. He places Hunter's Gaze. Hunter's Gaze is a really nice, cool debuff that only is available in, I think in Hydra or Chimera. I think it's Chimera. Damage dealt to a champion under the Hunter's Gaze debuff cannot be decreased, blocked, redirected, or transferred. Pretty cool, right? That's gonna be basically not really pure damage, but the damage that you deal is going to be basically the damage that the champion receives. And the Hunter's Gaze can also be debuff spread, which is pretty cool. I'm going to show you some tricks in a minute. His kit also places Perfect Veil on himself, which is pretty cool because his other skills are revolving around Perfect Veil. Like for example here, Combi Stick Throw. If he is under Perfect Veil, he can apply Hunter's Gaze without needing accuracy, and this cannot be resisted, right? Pretty cool. Besides that, he also has Evade, Passive Evade, 20%, and it stacks up to 60%. Whenever this champion kills an enemy. And this also affects his basic attack, which is going to counterattack every time the guy evades. And with that being said, that's his kit. Let me show you the items I have on him. You know the channel rules, right? We go stats over sets. If we have the right sets, we go with the right sets, but if not, we go stats over sets. In this case, we have almost 100,000 HP. He's an HP damage based nuker. So we have 100k. Then we have a bunch of speed, 220. You can go up to 250. I would say nowadays you need about 250 to be reliable. 100 crit rate and 270 crit damage too. We also have about 300 accuracy as well, just in case he doesn't have a Perfect Veil to apply that Hunter's Gaze. If you do want to use specific build sets on him, you can use Merciless, Savage or Lether and Perception in PvE, or Merciless, Savage or Lethal, Stone Skin, Feral and Pinpoint in PvP. Depending on where you want to have him. To quickly show you what I have in my build, I used accuracy and the banner, so we get a bit of accuracy, crit damage, and here we should have plus it to 16, but I didn't want to waste any more silver because we're pretty broke right now. Then we have HP, chest plate, speed boots, a little bit of extra HP here from the set. We have some feral set just for the extra speed and accuracy. And yeah, crit damage gauntlets, pretty good crit damage, crit rate gauntlets. I can actually do a quick ascent here, why not? We get some extra crit rate just in case we can take out some crit rate from the set and add more stats. Anyways boys, that's the sets, items and stats. In terms of relics, let's go for some damage. Let's use Malefic Talon here because it gives crit damage and HP, which is exactly what we need. Skill books. I haven't really upgraded my skills because I don't really have any skill books left. I used pretty much all of them on past champions. But it's pretty worth it. It gives damage and cooldown reduction, damage and cooldown reduction, and damage.
Wait a minute! minute.
It gives damage and cooldown reduction, damage and cooldown reduction, and damage.
What the hey?
So not too bad. It's about 30% extra damage overall, maybe 25% overall. And now Masteries. Pretty simple for him because he has a simple kit. You should either go offense and defense if you want to do more counterattacks with retribution, or you can go offense and support if you don't have enough accuracy. I went offense and support to give him a bit of extra accuracy and to give him Maxer Hexer, which extends the duration of his Hunter's Gaze. Just in case we are lucky, you know, we have a 30% chance to extend that duration. And then obviously Helm Smasher. I would say Predator is better against waves than against usual PvE content like bosses and stuff. And if you take Helm Smasher, you're actually double dipping. You can use Predator in Arena as well, so why not? But this also depends if you do have a pretty high star soul on him. We only have 4 stars on him. We didn't really spend all the resources on his soul path. But we went all the way down to the 4th star, so we picked it up because we're getting 38% extra crit damage alongside HP, attack, and defense. And the 4th star is always good. Better than a 2-star or a 3-star, right? We're getting that crit damage, especially on a damage dealer. As for the blessings, here's a few blessings that you can consider. Let me show you here on my website. You have Heavencast for teams that puts a bunch of buffs, so he deals extra damage. If you have a bunch of buffs, like here, we have selected Heavencast. You can also go for Crushing Rend if you have a 5-star soul, or you could go for Lightning Cage if you are gonna play a lot of Arena, right? You're gonna have a Stone Skin possibly and Lightning Cage, and then you have a protected Stone Skin, and you have other buffs that are protected too. And that's it, boys. Basic HP damage dealer build. Now let's test him out in some game modes. So let me quickly show you what type of damage he can do. Let's jump into stage 10 Dragon and let's get only Predator on. That's it. Alright then. His single target skill, which I'm gonna tell you before I use it, it's pretty weak. But hey, it has a block revive and it also applies Hunter's Gaze. 36,000 damage.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
Now let's look at his AoE. I don't really know what's that total, but I'm going to end the battle here, so let's have a look. We have about 254,000 damage. Not too bad, but not the best either.
But I cannot see.
But this is before applying any debuffs and buffs. Now let's spice it up a little bit, add some debuffs. So let's try this out. Let's see the difference in damage now. So let's apply Hex and Weaken. And then let's put some other buffs so he gets some extra damage with his Heavencast. Now let's try to get defense down on everyone. Alright. And Moment of Truth for the AoE attack. And let's have a look. Ooh, big difference. Big difference. Not too bad. So let's end the battle here. And let's have a look at the total damage. 700,000. So it's about 3 times more.
Oh my god! Wow!
As with any other HP damage-based nuker, you could potentially take him pretty much everywhere, including clan bosses, because he's a generalist damage dealer nuker, right? He's not really like a specialist like Xenomorph. So you could potentially build a Demon Lord team, you could build a Hydra team. HP damage-based nukers are pretty good in Hydra. And then you could also build a Chimera as well, but don't expect the best results out of him. So I pretty much forgot to move the camera back in the corner. So I'm not sure how the video is gonna look with me in the middle of the screen.
It is so bad, I want to give you a 0.
But anyway, after a bit of a testing, here is what I found out. You can have a look at this chart here. I'll also link this infographics in the description below. Alright, and now lastly, let's do some arena fights because he's pretty good in arena, not gonna lie. My ratings are 4 stars out of 5, which it's decent, right? Oh my goodness. What are all these champions? They're so bad. Alright, so let's see if this is good enough. Do we start first? We do start first. Okay, freeze everybody. Let's apply some buffs here. You know, the only problem here is that there isn't any HP increase buffs in the game. There's like increased attack, increased defense, decreased attack, decreased defense and stuff like that. Maybe in the future we're gonna see something interesting added to raid. But anyway, let's do an AoE attack here and see how good this is. Oh, look at that. Not too bad. Not the best. We should have... I mean, if we had more crit damage and more attack, obviously we would have probably nuked everyone. But we almost nuked everybody. So let's try this. Let's see who's first. Oh, we're first again. Okay. Everybody freeze. Let's do pretty much the same thing we did last time. AoE attack with Sir Nick. Oh my god, Sir Nick is getting buffed. I'm looking forward to try the new kit on Sir Nick, because I have Sir Nick and Laden Oil, so Sir Nick is gonna be a beast. So what should we do here? Let's do block revive. Okay, that guy didn't really have too much HP, but 50k, not too bad. Let's apply more buffs. And we should be able to hopefully remove that stone skin. Oh, we did remove the stone skin. Let's see if we can freeze this guy. Ah, come on, man. If I would have had the new buffed Sir Nick, I would have freezed Sun Wukong. Alright, so let's see how much damage we can do here with the AoE. Come on, Predator. You got a bunch of buffs on you, so you should be able to deal... What's that, like 6% extra on top of everything else? Who do we... His AoE attack is a bit awkward. Check this out. For the first hit, the damage received by initially selected enemy will be increased by 75, and then it goes down for the second, third by 25%, like 25% less, actually by 15% less, that's gonna be like 60%, 15% less, 45%, and it goes up to 15% bonus damage.
Finally!
Against multiple targets. And then for the second hit, because he attacks enemies 2 times, it deals the same thing but reverted. So it's gonna deal plus 15%, and so on. But let's do this on Empress here, because before it becomes too technical and you're like, what the heck is this guy talking about? We're interested in the damage numbers. As you can see there is some damage numbers, like we almost one-shot Empress. Let's do an AoE here and we're gonna finish this fight off. Yes, boys, and that's Predator for you. He's not the best HP damage dealer, but he's not the worst either. I would say he is somewhere in between. But for those who are like mid-games like myself, you know, it's very worth to buy the pass. You get a free champion and you get a bunch of glyphs, you get chickens, you get whatnot, whatever in that, whatever is in that champion pass. And then you can use Predator in the future or in the current content that you are struggling with. Like, let's say you're trying Faction Wars for Lizardmen, right? You want to get that damage dealer to help you complete stage 21, right? And then there's also the new game mode coming in this week, Grim Forest, I think it was called. So you have an extra legendary for that too. So yes, boys, that's Predator for you. Before I end up the video and I'll let you go, I would like to thank you for hanging out with me until the end. Don't forget that dropping a comment in any of our videos gives you a chance into joining the Champion Pass giveaway that we have for Predator this month for Christmas. Alright, boys, good luck with the giveaway and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Make sure to download Raid with the download link right there to get yourself 6 free champions, 3 legendaries and 3 epic champions. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen now for this amazing beginner starter pack.